Hello everyone, so I decided to do the side quests, well not side quests, the class quests for the culinarian and the weaver, since I still haven't done them. And so I went out and collected and gathered the items that I needed, and so now my gatherer is actually a deal higher in level. In fact, you can just take a look here. It is now level 11. And as you can see, I haven't done much of anything for the other ones. Anyway, so we will go ahead and craft the maple sugar. What is it we need? Maple syrup. That took so long. And so we're finally done that quest, and we'll talk to the guildmaster here. Helps if we click on him. What in the 7 L's are you waiting for? I told you to make me maple syrup, didn't I? Well, I finally did. A sweet, dark liquid made by boiling down maple sap. Maple syrup. Goes well with pancakes and waffles. The maple syrup's ready, is it? About bloody time. Let's see how it tastes then. It only took a few weeks. What you talking about? Oh, this ain't bad. Flavor's alright. Consistency's nearly there. In short, a darn sight better than a lot of novices manage. As you probably know, maple syrup's one of the most popular sweeteners around and a key ingredient in all manner of cakes and treats. What you probably didn't know is that boiling the stuff down gets you maple sugar. Different sweetener with different uses. Just goes to show even the simplest ingredients can have hidden complexities. Said earlier that a culinarian lives and dies by his utensils. Well, that's just the half of it. He also needs to know his ingredients, and that's something as only comes with experience. Keep your nose to the stove and report back with you're ripe for another task, when you're ripe for another task. And once again, blah blah blah. We're actually gonna go for... oh, we get all of that. I need to pay attention to these things. Anyway. So we're finally done that there, and if you guys want me to work on the class quests for, well, just the crafting or gathering classes in general, I will go ahead and do that. So now that we're actually level 2, we still don't have much of anything. And so the next one we're gonna do is the cloth craft, or weaver, which is in Thanalan, so we'll go ahead and teleport there. And I got the... well, see, that's why my, botanist is as high as the level as it is, because the only way to gather the ingredients by ourselves is to have a level 11 botanist. Or level 10. Pretty sure it's level 11 because it unlocks a skill that you need. Yes. Anyway. So I went ahead and did that, and rather than spending gil on the crafting, and this way it gives me a good start to working on the gathering, at least for botanists, and a good idea of other stuff for crafting or gathering in the future. So we need to head over this way. And of course it says that we haven't completed it. Well, that's because we haven't actually crafted the item yet, and I will do that once we get over there. Anyway, so if you guys want me to work on those things, I will do so. I will not have the class quests and such in the playthrough itself. I will do separate videos. But if you guys want me to work on those so I can show those videos, I probably will do this anyway. But right now I haven't had it as a priority per se, because I've been working on leveling up the other Disciple of War and Disciple of Magic classes. So, holy Hannah, there's a lot of people in here. So we will craft the... what do we need? Hempen yarn. And we fail. And we didn't fail. There we go. Alrighty. And we'll talk to the guildmaster here, Redolent Rose. Gigama can provide the Mocha grass, but you must procure the lightning shards. Well, I didn't need to get them from her either. Or have you made your yarn already? I have indeed. Hempen yarn. Coarse yarn spun from Mocha grass fiber. Well, bless my soul, she can follow basic instructions. Gee, thanks. It would seem you have grasped the fundamentals. Good girl. Do I get a treat? No? Good. Yarn and cloth may be mere materials, but they must be crafted with no less care than a whole garment. For though the finest garments are greater than the sum of their parts are invariably the finest. Do remember this, Celebrin, as you continue your training. Practice makes yarn and other simple items return... Practice making yarn and other simple items in return once you have attained a basic level of proficiency, aka level 5. Tedious, I grant you, but necessary. And you did tell me you were ready to suffer. Woo. And we get more stuff, and of course we get more Mocha grass. Although that's a good thing, because then it gives you an opportunity to make a lot of the hempen yarn, and hempen... Then you can do these undyed hempen cloth, blah 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 blah. So for the crafting classes, and also for the gathering, getting to level 15 isn't that bad. I found well, when I unlocked these on my main character, I ended up working on all of them at the same time. And I kind of went, unlock one, work on it to level 15, unlock another, so on and so forth. And so I kind of just went in a chain there. But I was also well ahead in the main scenario quest. In fact, I think I was almost done 2.0 when I decided to finally actually do some of the classes. And so you see my rogue is still only level 26, and we need level 33 and level 32, so paladin it is. I'm getting closer though. Okay, so we will teleport to Costa del Sol because we need to head over that way. Actually, hold on. Where's this? What's that for? Oh, that reminds me. There's also a quest here. I'm gonna pick that up first, actually. I wasn't sure what it was for, but I spotted it the other day when I was... Why was I running over here? I think I was going into the inn. Right. Ah, yes. Because I was dumping stuff in the retainer, and it was just easier to do that there. Because I needed to look at something. Oh, that's what it was. Ha ha ha. When I needed to re-record that video. Anyway, as you can see, there's a quest here. Like civilized men and women, immortal flames. I honestly have no idea what that one is. And once again, that's where that was. I keep forgetting to put that on. Shame on me. Mimio mio. I'm guessing this is another PvP thing? Anyway, Lieutenant Mimio is looking for a few good soldiers. Ah, Private Saragon, if you have a moment, I would discuss a matter most grave which concerns the Flames, and by extension, you. Perchance you're familiar with the Battle of Cartano? Countless Eorzeans and Garleans massacred by an elder primal, end of an era, and so forth? Way to minimize it. Good, good. For a moment I feared you'd have been living in a cave for the past 5 years. Well... then surely you know that the Cartano Flats, where the battle took place, is a hellish wasteland littered with the remnants of that fateful day. Hardly anything of consequence to be found there now, eh? Certainly nothing worth protecting, and yet in spite of that, the Eorzean Alliance continues to maintain a military presence in the region. Why do you suppose that is? Because there is something there of consequence. Elegant runes, to be precise. They were discovered following the Calamity, and allied scholars have been studying them ever since. 3 nations worked in tandem for a greater good. It should come as no surprise that it would not last. You see, Uldal, Limsaluminsa, and Gridania have all formally asserted a claim to the territory. Negotiations have thus far proved fruitless, and so we are to settle the dispute on the field of battle. Oh, but do not misunderstand, we won't be going to war with our allies. Hostilities shall be confined to the disputed territories, and we shall fight to submission, not death. So there's no cause for concern, oh no. You won't be expected to kill your opponent, merely deprive him of the will to fight. I say you because the only reason I deign to share this information with you is because your company needs you, Private. We'll be darned if we're going to let a foreign power lay claim to these ruins, and so we need every able-bodied soldier who can muster on the front line. I expect you still have questions and concerns. Very well, speak with our man at the airship landing. He will tell you everything you need to know. So I guess I will do that quickly. And then I'll head over and do those. And I think I'm right that this is kind of a PvP thing, but it's not at the same time, so... yeah. We'll find out shortly anyway. Lieutenant. And we'll go to the airship landing. My makeshift gear kind of looks goofy. At least I think it does. Doesn't that look kind of goofy? Anyway. Free Brigade Flyer. Private Saragon, come to join the fight, have we? Very good indeed. So that's either something new, or I genuinely do not remember that at all. Because, yeah, I don't remember ever seeing that before. Anyway, now before we proceed, I must warn you, this isn't going to be like some jaunt in the Wolves' Den. You'll be pitted against wave after wave of fellow Alliance members in battle, and they won't care one whit that you're the Warrior of Light. This campaign will be long and brutal, and victories won today may be undone tomorrow. Consider the borderland of ruins. We need only seize control of each rune in the region, right? Wrong! Defense is paramount as well, for our rivals will muster forces to challenge our claims. It is for that reason we have established an airship route direct to the front line. Those who are ready and willing to fight will never want for transportation. But that look on your face bespeaks confusion. Are we at war or not? What is this bollocks about no killing? What in the seven hells is going on? That's what you're thinking, yes? Maybe. It's less war and more organized violence to resolve a territorial dispute. And yes, it is to be civilized violence. So we're using lightsabers? No? Oh. Killing Alliance members is strictly prohibited. Though, well, at least we're not using guns, though, so that's that. Anyway, killing Alliance members is strictly prohibited, though accidents have been known to happen, mind you. But you, of all people, have nothing to fear. You've escaped certain death more times than I can count. What are the odds you'll fail to do so this time, eh? Oh, this is the front line. Okay, that's why I don't remember this. I've never done it before. The borderland ruins located on the outskirts of the Cartano Flats are now accessible. Control of this ancient, elegant site is decided by a large-scale player versus player, or PvP, battles known as frontline campaigns. And that's precisely why I haven't done it, because it's PvP, and yeah. Not that I don't have interest in it, it's not a priority on my list. Anyhow. Battles known as frontline campaigns. Speak with a Grand Company flyer at one of the airship landings for further details. So, this dude. Hi, Preference again. Well met. Come to join us on the front lines, or perhaps you have questions to ask, and blah 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 blah. I'm not gonna go through those. But yeah, I guess that's what that is. So, we will go over this way to see whatever this is. Oh, right, that's, Lord Guja, who's, Mazawatsa. That dude's. I'll go see what his name is. It's not that one. We skate or whatever. It's this one over here. Gagaruju's quest that he had for us. I just try to use sprint while I'm on a mount. Does that question my intelligence a little bit? If you say yes, I'm not hurt. That's an interesting place for that to be. Anyway. So we will do Gagaruju's quest first, and then we'll do the main scenario quest, which is heading that way. So we need to go this way first anyway. And yes, I am going over this way for a reason, because I need to head upwards anyway. Because where I need to go is over there. And if you see, there's some flapping birds, and there's actually some down there too, but it's easier to go over here. Even though the pitless poacher, I think, is down there, now that I think of it. Yeah, he's down there. Oh well. They're fine. Just a few flapping birds. As long as it's not the fat flapping bird. Flappy bird. Back off! This is Bloodshore. We're not in Costa del Sol, and that means we don't have to live by your master's say-so. Yeah, Bloodshore's not a part of this little fiefdom. We're free folk here, not bought and paid for like in Costa. So... yeah, I saw that coming. I guess we're gonna kill one. Oh. Oh, so in case you didn't know, yes, you can indeed summon your chocobo during battle. Which is very convenient. Especially if it happens to die. You need it as a healer or something. It also makes things faster. Okay, so destination number 1. Ocean Roselles. And we're probably gonna... oh. Yeah, we're probably gonna have to fight that one. Oh, maybe not. Ocean Roselles. Oh, and it spotted us. Okay, we'll fight you, I guess. Not that I really want to, but... it left us no choice. Well, I could run away, but that'd be a waste of time. And wacha. And now I just need to place this one here. And Ocean Roselle. Due to the tendency of the flowers to grow randomly from its long, hard stalks, Roselle makes a terrible bouquet. Interesting. Oh, look at that. They ran over there. Or flew over there, rather. Now let's see if we can make it back before they spawn. Again. Hi. Darn that Gigarujo, he thinks he can buy everything. We built Costa del Sol by the sweat of our brows. Did he tell you that? I know every cobble of the streets, laid about half of them myself. It was a pioneer town. A good town. Then that moneybag swooped in and took it all. Stay as a lackey or leave as a freeman. Those were the pickings. Then he took the beach. No more fishing without his say-so. Now he takes the colibri. Colibri. Some words I would just never get. And I'm not... Oops, I did not mean to open that. And not run into the tree or the wall or stuff. Anyway, I'm not gonna go turn this quest in just yet because we will probably have to head back that way. Anyways, so I will go ahead and go over here. And I see there's kobolds there. How interesting. They even have a cart of sorts. Anyways, I'll head over this way to where we need to go for the main scenario quest, and we need to talk to this Oznazun. Or Nazun. What's the hurry, venturer? Eh? Something happened over at Gobby Settlement? I don't know why you're so eager to help a bunch of beastmen, but go and talk to the skipper over yonder. She'll ferry you to Raincatcher Gully. We're going to Raincatcher Gully. Are you coming along? I certainly am. And here we are. Was that the same ferry skipper? That doesn't look like the same ferry skipper. So anyway, so... Spoiler. Not. That building will be important later. Not for the playthrough. So before I do anything, I'm gonna actually attune to Wineport there. If I can. I'm pretty sure I can. And then I am going to head over there. And as you can see, or you might not be able to, but there is a dungeon there. Woo! Okay, dokie. Oh, there's also a chocobo porter that I just missed. So there we go, attuning to the Aetherite, talking to the chocobo keep. Kind of curious where to Limsa. Upper Lenosa, Lower Lenosa. Kind of Middle Lenosa. Ah, that's how you get there, from Middle Lenosa. Anyhow, I was just kind of curious as to how one would get to Limsa from there. So now I'm gonna head over this way where we need to go for the main scenario quest. Glowing red thingamathings. These are interesting creatures. You got like giant eyeballs. Okay, that was very trippy. Is that a floating flower? It is in fact a floating flower. Brayflox talks. Brayflox all talks. I'm guessing he talks a lot. Tongue flaps of Weescape be reaching ears of Brayflox. Uplander has come for tasty fresh gobby treats, yes? Quest prize of Uplander deep in Longstop. Flighty beast chasey Gobbyflock from homes. Gobbyflock needs goodly uplander give safety to Longstop with much hand lending. And Brayflock's Longstop has been unlocked. I just realized I was kind of quiet. So you basically just need to avoid the AO for this one, and as you saw, the healer actually helped me out there because I haven't done this as a tank for a while. You need to pick up a key to get through the gate, and then, well, it's just a matter of Oh, that must be one of the special thingies for, and then from here you can either save those gobbies or not. Thought something was off. I was doing that leave quest and I moved that from there. Nuts and bolts. I meant to avoid that. Anyway, so you save those goblins and you get some treasure, so it's good for extra bonus experience and stuff, or for the loot, but not really a necessity. As you can see, the healer's heading this way. And this is actually the path that you need to go, and then there's another goblin up there. You can save that again. Or you just go over here, and we're all here. So that's Brave Flock Saltox, whom we're helping, who decided to help us. And basically, if I recall, you don't want him to die. Shh, shh. More fastness! More fastness! Shh, shh. Brave Flock shall see to Thunderfoot. Copy. Boom? And we've got another level. I knew what I was talking about. And so here you could go out the way, we don't need to. The next boss is over just there. And so, just need to cut through here. Definitely don't want to bite off more than you can chew, because I'm very squishy right now, because I'm a squishy tank. I'm pretty sure that's gonna spot me. Maybe not. And just need to kill this one. There we go. And here is the boss for this one. Trying to find a good position for the camera there. Wasn't succeeding too much, or too well. And as you saw, there was a queer bubble there. While you want to uh, make sure you get your DPS or healer or whomever out of that. It's easy to forget that it does that. And then we have a friendly dragon here. Yes, friendly dragon. I'm being sarcastic here. And then it goes away. And we're done. For now. Yeah. So the way we need to go here is just over there, as the big giant red thing basically kind of spells out. And you could go over that way, but you don't need to. And then we go through here. And there's another floating flower. Whee! And cutscene. And there's the friendly dragon again. He's totally friendly. So, key point with this one is pay attention to its AOs for one, but also because it'll spit out a poison ground area. You do not want to be standing on there. It will kill you quickly. So that there. You do not want the... Nope. So, pretty sure the only thing you need to do with him, poison-wise, is to have him, move him away, so that you're not standing. My bad. So I guess he's regenerating while he's in the poison. I guess that makes sense, but I always thought that it was just, so that you weren't standing there. Okay, now that we're done with the dungeon, we'll talk to Bravelock's. I'll talks again. Psh, psh. Godly Uplander has thanks of Goppy Flock. Flighty Beast was tricksy foe, but Uplander outwitted with plans making. Uplander has goodly head for fighty think. Bravelock's happy gives tasty fresh gobby treats to clever Uplander. She's a stinky sweet gobby treat. Special make with secret gobby arts. No party complete without gobby gouda. Bravelocks ever say. I'm guessing it probably was very stinky. Let's see here. Goblin cheese. The pungent odor of this hard yellow cheese veined with blue-green mold is most comparable to the warm, damp boot of a zombie after stepping in ripe cocoa dye. Goblins claim it is a delicacy, but then again, they have their masks to filter out the aroma. I'm guessing to them it tastes better than, it looks or smells. So, I am now going to actually take a detour and do that leave quest there. Or help this person first. they probably would have died had I not helped. So I guess it was a good thing I was coming this way and doing the quest there. And that's mostly because, well, I will forget about it otherwise. And I'll make sure to... I think Foster the Soul is my home point, so I won't worry about setting this as my home point. And I also obviously have the next quest for Paladin. Eileen, the Adventurers Guild representative for local leave quests in Wineport, is seeking an adventurer to undertake guild leaves. Looking for work to fund our wine habit, are we? The Adventurers Guild has assigned me to Wineport, so that I might distribute guild leaves to the willing and able. Depending on what skills you possess, I may have suitable work for you. Beast culling, crafting, gathering, and so forth. That said, my offer is contingent upon you first demonstrating your capacity to complete a contract. The Lanosan wilderness is fraught with peril, so it behooves me to test your ability to survive in it. And it is said that Gubus eat up to 3 times its weight each day. That's a lot. And with some of the larger ones weighing upward of 300 stone, I'm presuming like tons, that equates to a great deal of prey. Whether it be animal, vegetable, or mineral, the farmers and shepherds of... or whether it be animal, vegetable, or farmers, or mineral, not farmers. The farmers and shepherds of eastern Lanosa have already begun complaining of missing crops and livestock, and with the way things are going, it is only a matter of time before there arise complaints of missing children and elderly. Oh, I guess it does eat people. The Yellow Jackets seek assistance from adventurers in baiting Gubus with pelican meat and slaying the ones who bite. While these Gubus are wont to devour anything and everything, they have a fondness for pelican meat. Your task will be to slay a pelican and use its remains to lure out the ravenous Gubus. The area in which the Gubus were last sighted is fairly large, so this may take a fair amount of time. Be warned, however, that other hungry creatures may be drawn to the meat. Good to know. And their definition of large is, I'm presuming, just over this way. And that looked like a giant giraffe there for a second. Alrighty, initiate. And we'll just go up 1. I see we have a wanted, I believe. Trying to avoid that one from noticing us. That's okay. We'll just take him out too. Tab was not my friend there. Okay, so we need to get a pelican. Pelican is probably over this way then? Oh, we already have it. Gotcha. Okay, so pelican meat here. And we get anything but. We need to kill 2 of these, so 1 down, 2 to go. I think there was one up here. perhaps not. Oh, we'll run this way anyway. Or we'll fall almost to our death. We're fine. We'll live. Nothing doing. So that means they're that way. So either there, or I think it was up over there. Or if we're lucky, it's this one. And if we're not lucky, it's one of those two. Oh, and we're not lucky, so it's one of those other two. And knowing me, it's going to be the second one, not the first one. And of course, that's spawned again. If we're lucky though, we can avoid it. Yeah, like I said, it was the second one, but at least we didn't have something spawning this time. That should be fun here. And there we go. So, we will click the magical yes button and teleport back to the guild leave. Or leave Matt's person. Eileen. Oh, you actually completed the trial. I suppose you'll be wanting this then. Uh-huh. You've proven yourself competent, which is well. If you desire additional guild leaves, I will not deny you. You can drink whilst you work for all I care, as long as the client is satisfied, so am I. And we will, instead of taking your time, we'll just teleport there, and the reason why I'm not using the return button, though I could have used it anyway, I was going to say is because I'm going to do the paladin quest right after, but I don't really need to just yet. Or, I could have used it because then, by the time the cooldown is done for it, I would probably be done the paladin quest, but oh well. We'll talk to Weeskate first. Sniff sniff. I gather you solved Brayflox's little problem? I sure did. Oh god, it's the unholy stench. This is, ugh, definitely goblin cheese. Judging from the smell, this should be quite flavorful. How is it made? It's best you remain ignorant of such things. I still remember when I learned what kind of milk they use. Shudder. Good to know. Or not to know, I guess. Weeskate would like to congratulate you on a job well done. Bravo, Celebrian. Thanks to you, our guests shall be honored with a marvelous banquet. But what good is an exotic feast without an equally exquisite aperitif? Or aperitif? Aperitif? Aye, your work is not yet finished. Before we can discuss Titan, you must first bring us a suitable wine. Speak with Direstwitz over yonder. He is overseeing preparations for the banquet, and will tell you what you must do. Okay. I see we have some quests here. I will turn in the one with, Gagaruju first. Ah, that settles their hash, and now they have yet another bone to pick with me. The 12th, no. I have many a skeleton in my closet, don't read too much into that, my dear, but those settlers have quite the ossuary. Costa del Sol was Admiral Mirwib's hobby horse. She had an idea to settle this area, and so brought a number of folk on indenture. The terms were very generous. Hardly anyone died, a credit to her leadership. Yes, very creditable, but she had no she had no head for business. Kept trying to farm this salty land. I stepped in and saved her from ruin. You see, Costa del Sol, now a jewel of commerce and culture, but I assure you it was not thus when I purchased it. Many of the settlers have stayed and prospered. Why, a good third of my household was once a raw pioneer. But some people are like figs. They want to stay the same. Tiresome, I say. They've no one to blame but themselves. Okay. And Pebolo. Pebolo is a maidservant of Dignity on a rather inglorious errand. Master Gigaruju is of course second to none in matters of business and connoisseurship. However, he can be somewhat naive as regards other matters. For example, he has become convinced that the recent spat of earthquakes is the fault of the large buffaloes that roam here. I would grant some amount of exasperation over local children being mauled in the wake of the tremors, but really now. It's one thing to see the buffaloes in a tizzy, but another to think they could have anything to do with the quakes. I've tried to reason with him, but it's been to no avail. Might you simply indulge my master and slay half a dozen of the creatures? I guess I can. Fearilson. Fearilson has some makeshift explosives at his disposal. What could possibly go wrong? The kobolds are up to something. See those contraptions out along the road to the west? They've gone so far as to set up their darn refiners within yalms of our beach. And you know what I say? It's time to blow them to kingdom come. I just happen to have made some makeshift bombs for the occasion. But, I've never thrown one before. Look, adventurer, I've seen you around here, and you seem a capable sort. Could you take these and pinch them at the refiners for me? I guess so, and Kuzai Tazai. Many a quarrel has been started over empty larders, and Kuzai Tazai fears that soon acrimony will be the order of the day in Costa del Sol. I'm sorry, ma'am, we've no had cheese today. Why ever not? Because the kobolds are stealing food everywhere in Costa del Sol. That's why. The tomato pies, the mashed potatoes, and now they had cheese to boot. Now I've an idea for ambushing these beady-eyed furballs, but I can't go off in case Master Deerstweets needs me, and I can't stand here and do nothing about it either, as I'm the one getting blamed for the missing eats. Might you be willing to solve this problem for me, adventurer? You look to have some spare time. I do? I've placed the meats the kobolds like best in these 5 sacks, lined them up along the pier to the north, and they should come scurrying. Okie dokie. But I will first talk to that person for the means and request. Who is just over yonder. Here. On the other side, though. Dry sweets. Beg your pardon, madame, but I've got my hands full with... Oh, you're the adventurer sent to pick up the wine. Thank the gods you've nothing on hand that will meet with Master Gigaruju's approval. Take this order slip and run along to... Wait, what? Are you the adventurer sent to pick up the wine? Oh, thank the gods we've nothing on hand that will meet with Master Gigaruju's approval. Oh, gotcha. He's thanking us because they don't have anything. Now I understand. Take this order slip and run along to Wineport. One of Whiskate's friends from the old days, Shamani Lomani, is our supplier. Who'd have thought that a former mercenary would have such refined tastes, eh? Everyone here agrees that he's a natural vintner. If you're lucky, maybe he'll let you have a taste. Perhaps, but first I'll do those side quests. Particularly these ones first. Destination. And... bloodstained sack. Hold on. A simple burlap sack filled by Kuzai Tazai with several freshly cut slabs of dodo meat. entirely sure why I clicked that instead. Oh, I see the other ones over there. Oops. That's what happens when you click in the wrong spot. And we need one more over here. That wasn't planned. That was just a lucky guess. That's what happens when you're not paying attention. You need to right-click that, silly. Where did you spawn? Oh, you spawned over here. We'll do the other ones and then we'll turn them in. And yeah, so when I first did this, I'd actually forgotten to attune to that, so I couldn't actually teleport. So I had to go there, and then there, which takes you to there, and then you have to run over that way. Slightly amusing, but also very annoying at the same time. Okay. And we need to kill 6 of the large buffalo. And I'll grab that one too, just because it's right there. They're definitely a large buffalo. Let my chocobo take care of the other one. I'll take on this one. As in one fight. Do that. And there we go. And I beat my chocolate. Neater. Okay, and there's a couple more over here. Hopefully that fate that's usually here doesn't spawn. Because that would be rather annoying. Let my chocobo take care of that one again. And then I just need to kill 2 more after this. About 2/3 of the way done. Oh, and I see we have those, so I might as well get those done while I'm here. I will just finish those giant buffalo. that one. Obviously not. Okay, so we just need to defeat that one, or do that one. Don't remember if we need to stay over a blind part, so I'll turn these quests in after I've got this one done. And then we'll head over to blind port, since we need to since we can just teleport there anyway. That was bad aiming. Kills it all the same anyway. And go turn these quests in, as I said I would. And as you can see, it is raining. I'm amused that the burlap sacks there are still there. Or I mean blood-stained sacks, or whatever they were. Anyway. Tuzai Tuzai. Oh, I guess we're talking to Frilson first. Misclick, but oh well. That was some right fine work. I could see those blasted machines light up from here. You've got talent, which is a good thing, because the kobolds are too much for us to handle. But thanks to you, we got them this time. I only hope you're not planning on leaving us anytime soon. I've no doubt we're going to need your help again before this is over. I guess he needs our help. Those filthy ground dwellers fell for it. Ha! I knew it! I owe you a debt. Master Dristweets will be pleased too. And more importantly, he shan't be hitting me with the pickle ladle so much. Though between the two of us, it was I who ate the tomato pies. If Master Dristweets actually knew anything about the kobolds, he would never have believed the creatures would eat such a thing. I do hope this is the end of their mischief, but I think not. From what I've observed, they seem to be ready for battle, or readying for battle, and considering we've already got the Sahagin to deal with, I don't know that we need that kind of trouble. I guess we have two quests from them. Kuzai Tazai wants your help with some crustacean issues. Ah, ma'am, I didn't catch your name before. Celebrian? Nice to meet you. Even more so because I could use your help once again. It's those quakes that started up a little while ago. The tremors have been sending snipers up out of the water. Or snippers. They're bloody dangerous things to get rid of by themselves, but there's a gnarled old graper to tackle into the bargain. Took a toe off the Salter's boy not 3 days past. We know how to best it, but we can't get close enough. But that's where you come in. Master Gigaruju had an alchemic concoction made that should be able to soften the old griper's shell. Here, take it. I'll be your job to survive the ill-tempered wavekin swipes long enough to make sure it gets several dousings. You already took care of those kobolds. Surely these shouldn't pose any challenge. Why do I get the feeling that they're going to be challenging? Friel soon looks less than a bright-eyed and bushy-tailed tailor. What? Frilson looks less than bright-eyed and bushy-tailed today. Something is definitely amiss. Listen, I need your help with a personal matter. I've mislaid something, and it's something very important to me. Medals with lions on them. As much as I'd like to go myself, my place is here. We can't afford to take our eyes off the kobolds now. But those 3 medals are the most precious things I own. Please, any help you can give would be appreciated. You might start your search around Gull Perch Tower. If I had to wager, I'd say it was there that I dropped him while chasing off some of our kobold friends. If you climb to the top and give a good look out, you might spot him. And by that, he is referring to the tower over there. I don't think we can see it because it's, well, you can kind of see it in the distance there, but with the rain, it's kind of hard. I am indebted to you, kind adventurer. I am quite certain these beasts were innocent of any earth-shattering crimes, but it is well they have been dispatched regardless. In truth, I believe Master Gigaruju knows in his heart that the buffaloes are not the cause, and that is in fact the primal titan. However, he also realizes that his wealth would not avail against such a threat. While it does him credit that he strives to do right by the people of Costa del Sol, he must allow that certain problems are not within his means to solve. And I guess you have another quest for us. Maidservant Perambola has another task for your capable hands. I have a more deserving adversary for you this time, adventurer. There are Arachnites? Sure. Making their homes on the pillars below, and judging by how deeply rooted they've become, I'd say they've been there for quite a while. That said, these steel spatulas should serve to both dislodge the mollusks and preserve our posts at the same time. I would be obliged if you would check out the area and eradicate the little devils. You will be amply compensated, of course. Thank you kindly. So, we will go here. And kind of hop down. And that was interesting. We were in deep water, so we started swimming for a little second there. Steel spatula. Ergonite. I see. The snail-looking things. Can we kill this one before that one gets here? Nope. Too slow. But not. Too slow. Watch out. They're dead. What the fat jump will do? Steel spatula. Sharp white blade is perfect for removing sea life attached to foundation pillars. Funny thing, that's what we're using it for. Over this way. So we will do that, and then we will do that since we need to go that way anyway. And wasn't there something else we needed to do? Oh yes, the tower. So we'll go do those things. Then we'll teleport over to Wineport. Actually, we'll turn these quests in first, and then we'll teleport over to Wineport. Hopefully that's the last of the quests that we have on this side. So we'll actually go to the tower first. And I'm going to take a little quick stop and prepare my gear. Just in case. And see if nothing we can assign. We don't look so goofy other than these, but let's see. Goofy. Better. I'll go with those. Not that it really matters because we'll probably get something new soon. Anyway. Anyhow. Okay, so we are heading over to the tower, which is over that way. You can see it right there. Kind of. In the shadowed darkness that is this area. Right over here. Actually, it was kind of funny because when I first did this, I didn't do this quest right away. And because you see how teeny tiny the circle is, well, I can't really because my cursor thingy's there, but okay, you see how teeny tiny that is. It kind of blends in, so it took me a while to spot it again. But anyway, we need to head up here to the top of the tower. The very tippy top of the tower. What I wouldn't give to be down there sipping rum from a coconut. Anyway, so as you can see, we need to be right here. And go look out. And we did just that, and you see the various places for that. And I do not recommend jumping down, because you'll probably die. It is a very high spot. And so we'll just run our way around and we'll jump down from there. So here's one of the lion medals. It's kind of interesting how scattered they are. And here's another one. Oops, helps if you don't start running away before it's done. I thought it was faster than that. And the other three should be here. And... oh, I guess there was only 3. I thought he said there was 5. Or maybe, no, he did say 3. I know what I'm talking about. Anyhow, so head over this way because we need to kill those snappers, I think. Yes, the snippers here. Oh, okay, so if you want to see a boss, that's a boss. Do not fight it by yourself, you will die. That is 100% guaranteed. Not a overstatement. If you want to live, you need to form a party. I love the music board though. Let's move back into the area. Entirely sure why this person's following us. And we need one more, I believe. I'm intentionally giving it a wide berth. Darn. Weren't supposed to notice me. Go away. Oh, I guess we needed 2 more anyway, so I guess it's okay that it noticed me. Alrighty, and we're done with that. Oh, no we're not. We need to do this. Hopefully that one doesn't notice us. And I'm just gonna drag this over here. So I'm out of the way. And so the next thing I'm gonna do is take that and use this. And that should make it easy peasy to kill. Provided you don't stand in the way of Deo. That's enough, that's okay. A few more hits. There we go. And it doesn't really matter if it spots us, because we're just gonna run through anyway. Tazai. That was most quick. You are a credit to all adventurers, Librarian. You know, I've heard talk of late about what's been causing those tremors. Folks seem certain it's the work of some monster. I know from experience that such words are often not but about wind, but I can't help but wonder. Oh, it's definitely because of a monster. Well, did you find my medals? I sure did. Flying medal, a bronze medal. Funny how it looks like a silver medal, but a bronze medal engraved with the head of a mythical beast that somewhat resembles a Mikote. You did! The navigator has been kind to me this day. Every one of us got such a medal when we joined the company of heroes. And if you ever fell, your best friend would take yours. 3 friends there were, and only me left. And I can smell another war coming along only this time. Nothing is new and all the fear is old. Sometimes I think I've lived far too long. And apparently that's stuff we don't need. I'm gonna go for that one, because we'll probably need it for our healing class eventually. Or a Disciple of Magic class anyway. Ah, the pillars look sparkling. Thank you, milady. 'Twas only a bit of housekeeping, I suppose, but even that is beyond me. I only served in the company of heroes, if you can believe it. I once served in the company of heroes, if you can believe it, but a battle with a primal left me grievously wounded and heartsore. I have since kept to more mundane tasks, as I've lost the appetite for bloodshed. This life has been good to me. Too many soldiers fight to defend that which they will never know. The joy of learning, the pleasure of ease, the tumults of beauty, but I have known them. Yet in my dreams of smoke and steel, I still hear my captain calling to me. Never actually realized the number of them that were in the company of heroes. The maidservant Heblo comes to you for assistance, for her own fighting days are long past. Good evening, ma'am. A word, if I may. A visiting danseuse spotted strange fish on the beach and came screaming back to the house. She is a level-headed young person, so I fear it is no vapors. The beach is no place for any frolics until the truth is ascertained. I turn to you once again. May we trouble you to check the beach? I guess I will do that. And it's just over there. Oops. I'm not trying to kill my I called it a chocobo again. Snipper shell. You sense amphibious aggression nearby. I wouldn't say these are... that's amusing. Anyhow. Stutter, stutter, stutter. That was weird. I sadly cannot help that person. They are on their own. I'd sooner get in their way than help them. They need to head upwards. Bugles on the beaches of Costa del Sol. We live in strange times. Their carcass must have drifted ashore, for it seems to have been dead longer than a day or two, and that is when the beach was last tidied by the keepers. Thank you, ma'am. You need not stay downwind. I have smelled that smell before. We must step up the groundskeeping, I fear. Master Gigaruju is likely to have one of his ideas otherwise. Uh-oh. And finally, we're done with that, so I will teleport to Wineport. And I won't get to the Paladin quest in this video. I will probably do that first thing the next video. Or thereabouts, depending on what we need to do for the main scenario quest. And where we're going over here. Shamanai Lumani. Sweat, grim, and blood. Aye, you reek of blood. An adventurer, unless I'm mistaken. What brings you to Wineport? Apparative order slip, and an order made out to Wineport Vintner Shamani Lomani. An order? Let me guess. A request for the finest vintage I can muster? Sniff, sniff. Paper smells of loom and perfume. Costa del Sol. And there is also the cough. Unmistakable odor of goblin cheese. Yes, Master Gigaruju would not settle for anything less than the best. The Deerstwitz and his crew must be quite busy preparing an exotic feast, hence his decision to rely on an adventurer. But perhaps you are confused. This display of deduction was not intended to impress you. When one loses his vision, he is forced to compensate in other ways. But You've no interest in my affairs. You wish only to discuss the wine, I suspect. Sure. Shamani Lomani would like to discuss wine with you. Life can be so delightfully unpredictable. I always had a passion for wine, but it wasn't until I was forced to retire that I could pursue it as more than a mere hobby. It wouldn't have been possible if not for the savings I amassed during my time as a mercenary, of course. Say what you will about the nature of that work, none can deny that it pays well. Ah, but you grow impatient, and right sweets must have his wine. Herein lies the problem. Nothing in my possession is of sufficient quality for this occasion. The best vintages in town are hoarded by Berglayant, who owns and operates the largest winery in Vilbrand. Somehow, I doubt he will be receptive to your request, but given these circumstances, we must needs beg his assistance. So I guess we're going to talk to that person. And we may as well pick up the side quest that's also in here. Zooming in a little bit, that was too far. Brilliant. What rank amateur bottled this wine? The impurities have rendered it nigh undrinkable. Dismissal is too good for the man responsible. He should be made to drink every drop of his polluted swile. What is it? I'm in the middle of an important discussion. I do not care for interruptions. Let Neophyte Vintner bid you speak with me? Ha! Neither you nor your friend has the palate to appreciate the subtle qualities of my private stock. I would sooner serve you Gubu urine than sell you the worst vintage. Be gone from my sight. Well, aren't you a friendly dude? Edgar requires your assistance with a Raptar predicament. Hello, adventurer. Either me or Master Bilgrunt will know the reason why. I mean that he'll simply tell you himself if you refuse to hear it from me. You've no doubt seen those ghastly grass raptors skulking about outside our gates. Well, they've developed a taste for the vines. We used to grow our brandywine cherries, and we can't abide that. You must kill the horrible creatures. Brogillant, the master vintner of Vineport, is having difficulty acquiring a good cork. You call this a cork? Pah! This sad squelchy thing isn't fit to kiss my back end, let alone my fine whites and reds. I'd say you should try again, except that I wouldn't trust you with the worst of vintages now. You're dead to me. You! Adventurer! I've had it trying to get quality from my own lot. Show this oaf how it's done and bring me the materials you find of cork bulbs. Harvesting 5 of them should do. Time flies in uncorked wine sours. Go! Go! And we'll talk to Shamani Lomani. Anyway, that'll be it for this video, unless of course they have another talking quest. I take it he said no. Really? In those words? Well, I cannot say that I'm surprised. Well, there's no denying his passion and skill. The wine baron of Limsa is not a man known for his tact. Very well, we shall have to take an alternative approach. Shamani Lomani has another bright idea. There is a chance, however small, that another resident of Wineport can finish us with a suitable wine. In fact, had you come several years ago, I guaranteed this would not be a problem. Alas, the quality of our product has declined significantly in recent years. The only breeds cultivated these days are common lowland vines, which isn't to say that their grapes are of poor quality, only that we have known better. Long ago, the vignerons of Vineport crossbred several species and produced a grape-bearing vine of never-before-seen quality. Vegas grapes were once the pride of this town, as they were used to produce vintages which surpassed all others. This includes the most aromatic, the most complex, and the most flavorful of all wines. The legendary Bacchus wines were born right here in Wineport. Ahem. Pardon my enthusiasm. You see, I once had the privilege to sample that particular wine. It was an otherworldly experience. In that moment, I felt as though I had tasted the nectar of the gods themselves. I transcended my mortal flesh and was one with all creation. But as is all too often said, the calamity changed that. The Bacchus vineyards were completely destroyed, along with much of the existing stock of Bacchus wine. What little remains is closely guarded by its owners, for it can no longer be made. If we cannot convince Brogland to part with his wines, our next best option, as ridiculous as it sounds, is to find someone who has a bottle of Bacchus wine and to offer them every gill we can spare. I've heard rumors that one of the vignerons tending the vineyards may have once owned a bottle. Perhaps you could start by speaking with them? So, I'm actually going to leave that there for now, and I will continue on with the story quest in the next video. So that's it for this one. Thanks for watching!